Grayson Historical Museum was an unassuming building, known more for its dusty relics than any true excitement. But it held a dark secret, whispered about by the locals. If you stayed in the museum after dark, you would never be seen again. Emma Caldwell, an ambitious journalist, dismissed these rumors as mere small-town superstition. Eager for a story to propel her career, she pitched the idea of spending a night in the museum to her editor, who reluctantly agreed. Armed with a flashlight, a notebook, and a camera, Emma arrived at the museum just before closing time. The curator, a frail man named Mr. Henley, hesitated when she told him her plan. "Be careful," he said in a trembling voice. "Sometimes history refuses to be silenced." With that cryptic warning, he locked the doors behind her, leaving Emma alone in the vast, shadowy halls. The air inside was thick, the kind of silence that pressed on her ears. The exhibits were innocuous during the day: Victorian dresses, old typewriters, war memorabilia, but under the dim emergency lights, they took on a sinister quality. Hours passed without incident, and Emma began to wonder if she had overestimated the museum's reputation. That was until she approached the Whispers of the Past exhibit, a collection of artifacts retrieved from unexplained disappearances. A child's doll with one missing eye, a locket still stained with blood, a rusted dagger. As Emma inspected the display, she heard it, a faint whisper like a sigh carried on the wind. She froze, her flashlight beam darting across the room. "Who's there?" she called, her voice trembling. The whispering grew louder, overlapping voices speaking in a language she couldn't understand. Emma gripped her flashlight tightly and backed away, but the voices followed her, rising to an unbearable cacophony. Her breath quickened as she realized the whispers were coming from the artifacts themselves. The doll's cracked mouth seemed to move. The locket glinted ominously. The dagger trembled within its glass case. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and the room plunged into darkness. Emma's flashlight sputtered before dying completely. She fumbled for her phone, but a cold hand brushed against hers. "Leave," a voice hissed directly in her ear. Emma screamed, spinning around, but no one was there. The whispers rose again, now laced with anger. Objects rattled on their shelves, the floor creaked beneath her feet, and she felt the unmistakable sensation of being watched. Desperate to escape, Emma stumbled toward the entrance, but as she reached the door, she found it locked, despite having the key. She banged on the glass, shouting for help, but the only response was her own panicked reflection. Behind her, the whispers grew deafening, and she turned to see the artifacts moving, rearranging themselves as though alive. The doll was now perched atop the locket, its one eye glowing faintly. The dagger floated, pointing directly at her. Emma screamed as the whispers turned into a roar and the room seemed to fold in on itself. In that instant, she felt herself pulled backward, as if by invisible hands. The next morning, when Mr. Henley arrived to open the museum, he found Emma's belongings neatly placed at the Whispers of the Past exhibit. Her camera was missing, but her notebook remained, filled with incoherent scribbles and one chilling phrase repeated over and over: "They are not relics, they are waiting." Emma Caldwell was never seen again, but locals swear they can still hear faint whispers if they pass the museum at night, a chilling reminder of the secrets that should have remained buried. Don't forget to subscribe for more bone-chilling tales. Follow us, because the darkness holds secrets you won't want to uncover until it's too late.